Hello children, I welcome you again to Disha College online classes. In my first video, I have introduced you my subject, Biology. I have given you the list of lessons, 22 important lessons that are part of your textbook and syllabus that you are going to study in first PUC. Continuing the introduction to biology, in this part 2 session, let me introduce you to some of the basic terms and branches of biology which you should be very much familiar. I am sure many of the terms you have already studied, but the intention is very simple. The definition for different terms might have been explained to you in different ways by different biology teachers in your school. Let me channelize that particular definitions in a particular same fashion so that the students' understanding about a particular term will be same and the representation will also be same. Biology is a branch of science which deals with the study of living things. The living things on this earth are of wide variety, which we call as a diversity. The living things which are classified into 5 kingdoms, namely Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. The study of these organisms and various aspects of these organisms is part of our subject biology. The 22 lessons of first PUC and 16 lessons in second PUC togetherly will be the part of the NEET examination. Biology is again a major, huge branch of science. Henceforth, the different branches of biology have been evolving gradually. I mean to say that biology is now divided into various sub-branches such as classical branches, interdisciplinary branches and applied branches of biology. I am not going to explain you all the branches of biology, but I will focus on the branches of biology that we are going to study in first PUC as well as second PUC. First of all, the 2 main branches of biology, as I have explained you in my first video, are botany and zoology. Botany is a branch of biology which deals with the study of plants. Zoology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of animals. Along with these two main branches, I have also focused on the third important branch, that is microbiology, which deals with the study of microbes or microorganisms. In biology, for example, study of plants. What all aspects of plants you are going to study will become different branches of biology. For example, if you study the cells of the plants, it will be cytology. If you study tissues of the plants, it will be histology. If you study the internal arrangement of tissues in the plant organs, it will be histology. Likewise, there are many sub-branches of biology. Advancement in sciences, requirement of the modern world has resulted in the technology wherein interdisciplinary branches have evolved. Biotechnology is one of the recent branches of biology. Well, children, I will introduce different terminologies and branches of biology which you should know before entering into the study of biology in PUC. Dear children, again let me continue the class with the help of beautiful, colorful PPT. So, let me continue the class using the PPT. Hope the PPT is clearly visible. Introduction to Biology Part 2, and you know myself is Ravindra Balgar or Balgar sir. Let me study the branches of biology and also become familiar with some common terms used in biology. Starting with cytology or cell biology. It is one of the earliest branches of biology. Cytology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of cell. It may be a plant cell or an animal cell. We also study the process of cell division and cell cycle in cytology. We study different cell organelles and their functions. We study the structure and function of the cell membrane. So, understanding cell is very much essential to understand biology. Because cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living things. You can't imagine life without a cell. Whenever I talk about life, don't ever imagine a huge animal, plant or a human being. Something that connects all the living beings is the cell. I am living because the cells are living. Cells are living because various biochemical reactions are taking place inside the cell. Hence we say life is a chemical process. As such, study of biology starts with understanding the cell. And life begins from single cell. We are multicellular organisms, but we all started from a single cell. A fertilized egg called zygote. Different varieties of cells are there in plants as well as animals. For example, you have studied parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma cells in plants. In animals, epithelial cells, muscle cells, nerve cells, blood cells. So wide varieties of cells are there with a different shape, size and function. So it is very important and huge branch of biology, that is cytology or cell biology. You are going to study two huge lessons in this field in first PUC itself. Lesson number 1, cell the unit of life, and lesson number 2, cell cycle and cell division. Two lessons you study in this branch in first PUC itself. Histology. Histology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of tissues. What is a tissue? A group of similar cells, similar in the sense they have same shape, size and origin. They join together to perform a similar function. Such a group of cells is called tissue. Study of tissues, plant tissues, animal tissues. Plant histology, animal histology. So histology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of tissues. In first PUC, anatomy of flowering plants, you will be studying arrangement of different type of cells. Histology, different types of tissues. Meristematic tissues, simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Their organization in root, stem and leaf in dicot and monocot plant is different. But when you study the tissue, it is histology. Anatomy is a branch of biology which deals with the study of internal organs. In case of plants and animals, the main difference in study of anatomy is plants shows a tissue grade organization, because they have external organs but no internal organs. They have external organs like root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, seeds. But inside they do not have any organs. There is only arrangement of different types of tissue in a different pattern. Whereas anatomy in animals is different, because here you find organ grade organization. Organ system grade organization, because there are internal organs also, such as brain, heart, lungs, liver, pancreas, kidney, gonads, etc. Cytology, study of cells; histology, study of tissues; anatomy, study of internal organs. Physiology, branch of biology which deals with the study of functioning of organs. In case of plant physiology, in first PUC you have very good number of lessons dealing with the study of plant physiology, such as transport in plants, mineral nutrition, photosynthesis in higher plants, respiration in plants, growth and development. Plant physiology. In the same way, you also study human physiology. There are 7 lessons there, namely digestion and absorption, breathing and exchange of gases, body fluids and circulation, nitrogenous waste and their elimination, locomotion and movement, chemical coordination, neural control and integration. So different organs and organ system in our body, how they are functioning. That is the branch of biology which deals with the study of functioning of the organs and organ system, which we call it as physiology. Important human physiology lessons which you study in first PUC. Nearly 14 questions come in a NEET examination from this part, and these lessons act as fundamentals, basics, even for the students later studying MBBS or medical sciences. Embryology. You know the developmental stages. During reproduction, production of its own kind, it may be a plant or an animal, the early developing stage is called embryo. There are different embryonic stages, so that a young one is born. These different embryonic stages, the study of the development of different embryonic stages, is nothing but embryology. You are going to study both plant embryology and human embryology, not in first PUC but in second PUC. Genetics. In 10th standard you have studied. But when I ask the children what is genetics, they simply say it is study of genes. In genetics, we study 2 important concepts. One is heredity and the another is variations. Heredity and variations. The transmission of parental characters to offsprings is called heredity. The differences among the offsprings and the difference between the offspring and their parent is called as the variations. How these hereditary characters, new characters or variations appear in the offsprings, that is genetics. A huge important lesson in second PUC is based on genetics. Evolution. Another interesting lesson which you have studied in the 10th standard and you will be studying in second PUC. The present day organisms are different from the one that were present millions of years ago. That means change is the law of the nature. Evolution is not only seen in animals but also is seen in plants. Here in evolution we study origin of life, how life came into existence on this earth, number one. Number two, how this life keeping on changing gradually in response to the environmental conditions. Because environmental conditions are not stationary. They keep on changing gradually. In response to the changing environment, organisms, in order to adjust, adapt to the changing environment, they make morphological changes, anatomical changes, as well as physiological changes. This result in appearance of a new species, which is called evolution. Study of evolution will help us to understand life on earth. And very interestingly is study of human evolution, which is called anthropology, which is also part of your second PUC evolution lesson. So three main stages you are going to study. Number one, origin of life on earth. Number two, evolution of life on earth. Number three, evolution of human beings. So embryology, genetics, evolution. Three related branches. Ecology. The living organisms are interdependent on each other. And the living organisms are dependent on non-living things, which we call as abiotic factors, such as sunlight, water, temperature, and soil. So, different living organisms in a particular area interact among themselves and also with the physical surrounding environment, which is called ecology. Very interesting. 4 lessons are there related to ecology. And as I told you previously in the beginning of the class, biotechnology, advancement in science and technology, a change in the medical sciences, a change in the agricultural aspects, a change in the forensic science, a change in chemical industry is because of advancement in the new branch of biology called biotechnology. Because in industrial process, cells or the components of the cells such as enzymes are used to produce products of human benefit. Biotechnology has made our life totally different. Man can never be the same again because of biotechnology. In biotechnology, we find interdisciplinary concepts. The involvement of the physics concepts, the involvement of chemistry, mathematics, computer science in biological field. Interdisciplinary branches are there. So, biology is changing, which is resulting in change in our lifestyle gradually. For example, tissue culture. Requirement of food is increasing day by day. In small place, we have to grow more food because of increasing population. So, tissue culture is one of the procedure in agriculture which has revolutionized the food production. One thing is sure, life is biology. So what is biology? It is a branch of science which deals with the study of living things. What all aspects? Various aspects. Apart from these lessons, the first two lessons, the living world, biological classification. We will be talking about a taxonomy. The very basic branch of biology in which we study the scientific method of identification, classification and naming of organisms. The contribution of Carolus Linnaeus comes into the picture. So, dear children, in my 2 classes of introduction to biology, what all things we have studied? We have studied embryology, we have studied evolution, we have studied genetics, morphology, anatomy, taxonomy, histology, cytology. See, I have not started the lesson, but I have given you a map of biology. In this 2 introductory class, I have made you feel bit comfortable with the subject and my way of teaching. Now I think from the next class onwards, I can start the syllabus, the first important and simple lesson, the living world. I am sure you will be waiting for that lesson. Before that, if you have not purchased the textbook, you please purchase the textbook. Make a glance of the textbook. Different lessons, what they are there. So, while seeing the videos of online class, you also have to refer the textbook and write the important points. So that when you come to the college and we start the class, you should not be left behind. In the next class, I will be starting with lesson number 1, the living world. Until then, please take very good care of yourself, children. God bless you. Thank you.